I think Pride now, well, I'm older, I hate to say that, means something different to what it did when I was younger, in my late teens, early 20s. In those days, it was more about the celebration of being gay, going out to Pride parades and things like that. But now, the older I've got, the more I've realised it's more about being thankful for the people that have paved the way for the generation of the newer generation of the gay community.
My favourite thing about Pride as an event is that you can learn of one another's individuality and their journeys. And these could be journeys that started a year ago or 60 years ago. It's incredibly important to learn about them because these journeys are often really isolating. But at Pride, you're not isolated and you're not alone. I'm not emote, I'm hot, babe.
Pride opens up an opportunity for people to learn about our community and to be an ally. Recently, I put my pronouns on my team's background so that people could see them during meetings. And this has opened up a lot of dialogue for people to ask questions.
It's really important that we celebrate inclusivity of the LGBTQ+ community, particularly for our patients, as we as an organisation are representative of the community that we serve. Our staff are of different groups, different ethnicities, different sexualities, different gender identities. Everyone has different needs, everyone has different care needs, and that doesn't just mean kind of what's wrong with you and why you're in the hospital, whatever illness you've got, but it means just at a very basic human level how you want to be treated, how you want to be spoken to, how you want to be cared for, and it's really important that we take that extra step to make sure that we're making people feel as comfortable as possible.
As queer people, Pride brings us into the community and gives us a visible but safe place. It isn't always easy being queer and visible, though. For an example, a few years ago, I was walking down the street with my friend and I was shoulder barged and called a faggot by an absolute stranger unprovoked, just because I was visible for all of 30 seconds. I will say though that that's not the be-all and end-all of my life's experience being gay. I am incredibly loved and supported by people around me just for being me. There are people in the queer community, women, trans people, people of colour, that have it far worse on a daily basis, and these people need to be supported even more.
When I told my mum that I was bisexual, she said, "Oh, I didn't know that about you. Thanks for sharing it with me. And did you know your grandma was bi too?" But when I came out to someone that was close to me at the time, they laughed at me and told me that I couldn't be because I was in a relationship with a man. Being bisexual is valid. Biphobia does exist, especially in the LGBTQ+ community. I just think it's important for people to remember that your current relationship doesn't define your sexuality, and sexuality is based on attraction, not action.
Pride is a snapshot in time, a snapshot celebration, and one to definitely focus on, but it's really important to remember that every day, we need to be thinking, how can we be more inclusive to LGBTQ+ people? The LGBTQ+ community doesn't, fade away as soon as Pride Month is over, so it's really, really important that we do everything that we can to take as much of the learning that we'll learn this month and be able to cascade that and transfer that into other times as well.
I have no issue with organisations that work tirelessly to bring the challenges that my community face on a regular basis into light and in turn challenge them and build awareness and support us. But there's a problem around conviction and what these organisations do for the entire year when it's not Pride Month. What these organisations do when their logos go back to the normal colours or the normal theme. And I'd implore people to really scrutinise these organisations that do come out of the woodwork for Pride Month and ensure that they are providing to our community, that profits go to our community, and it isn't just an opportunity that is being used in a way that it shouldn't be.
How people can be allies is just being accepting of the community. There's lots of different people in our communities, and it's just being like with anything you would, any kind of like race or gender. It's supporting us in what we do, the trials and tribulations that we've been through.
So at a very basic level, it's really important to just ask people what they like to be called, what their pronouns are, if they've got anything else that they feel we should know. If someone is trans or if someone is non-binary and they maybe are using a different name or different pronouns than the ones that they might represent clearly showing as, it's really important to just ask. And then the second step is, once we actually have that information, we don't treat them any differently. We respect them. We respect their pronouns, we respect their name, we respect their decisions, and ultimately that's how we deliver outstanding patient care. And it sounds quite basic and it sounds quite simple, but it's the simple things that make the biggest difference.
We're all here, we have to cooperate and get on within the worlds as well, so we should accept everybody for their differences.
To quote Maya Angelou, if someone shows you who they are, believe them first time. They know themselves much better than you do. That was perfect.
Done.